everyone, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to this little space where I talk about stuff and it goes on the internet and I don't know. How's your summer been? Mine's been really good, and I just thought I would check in because it's been quite a long time. I haven't made any updates since like the beginning of summer, and my last vlog I was kind of like in a spot in a tough spot, and I think that was kind of apparent. But I was talking about like contrast and emotions and change and transitions and like just going with the waves of life, which is still where I am right now, although I feel much more like myself and much more empowered than I did at the beginning of the summer. And I've really just been focusing on myself this summer and spending time with my friends and things that are really healing, and also making music and just spending time in nature, and that's just been so awesome. Spending time at my cabin mostly and just being on the lake and relaxing, and it's been really important for me. And then I retook some Spring Forest Qigong classes, which was another great step for me because now I'm a certified Spring Forest Qigong practice group leader. So now I'm starting a practice group starting September 6th in my town, which is Stillwater. And I'm really excited about that because I've been looking for this momentum for a while, and I just realized that, you know, you can't go from 0 to 100. Every little thing that you do is a form of momentum. So I'm starting that, and I know that's going to be great. I've been practicing by myself every day and really just honing in on my practice, because I know that when I do that, I feel really good, and I just know that it's no longer really a choice of whether I do my practice. It's like when I do my practice, because if I don't do it, I can really feel like it. I can really feel like my energy and my balance is just missing. Same with my physical health recently too, like just what I'm putting into my body every day. I've really been seeing like clear results to everything that I'm intaking, whether it's like thoughts or emotions or food or supplements or whatever it is. Like people I'm around, I've been getting really instant feedback on whether it's good for me. So that's why I've been like taking some time off this summer to just sort of live and just be, as just, you know, I didn't want to update when I didn't feel like updating. So the other thing is I'm doing another Kirtan festival this September 21st. I'm going to be playing at Midwest Yoga and Kirtan Fest, and I couldn't be more excited for this because, well, it is kind of a dream to do Kirtan in the first place. Just the fact that I'm doing that is pretty weird and unexpected, and also so natural at this point. But I have a set there, and I have some really great musicians playing with me. I scored Ryan Pearl on guitar. I met him at Mark and Deborah Gerke's festival over the summer. I did a Kirtan festival this summer at Loving Awareness Sanctuary, and that was really a beautiful experience. And so I met Ryan Pearl there, and he he offered to play with me, and I found this great tabla player. Josh Sherman is going to be with me, and Ragini. You guys have heard me talk about Ragini like a bunch of times on my channel. She's going to be singing with me, and then I have my mom also is going to be there singing, and then my friend Doris and my friend Tiana. So I'm super excited to come to this festival in Wisconsin this September. And I'm also singing with Ragini for her set. So I'm singing 2 sets on Friday, September 21st at Midwest Yoga and Kirtan Fest. So if you're in the Midwest and you want to have a little break to enjoy yourself and get your kirtan on, this is going to be the place to be. So for sure, come if you feel at all inspired. So I don't really have an agenda or something to talk about as much as just the transitions and the waves of life that I've been going on, and it's been clear to me. I've tried vlogging like 5 times in the last couple of months, and every time something happened, whether it was audio or video just stopping, and I just knew, okay, I'm still trying to learn something here, so I didn't try to push it. But yeah, it's really been right now just honing in on what is my purpose. And it's funny because I know what my purpose is, but I haven't dedicated my full energy to one thing. And my teacher, Master Lin, talks about this so often, is that it's important to, if you want to go far with something, you have to get serious about it. And this isn't some groundbreaking news. People know that you have to be dedicated when you want to achieve something, but I think really what he's saying is, when we sort of scatter our energy and do a million different things that we think are good for us and helpful for us, we take yoga certification, and then we go and we take Tai Chi certification, and then we go and we do Qigong certification, and then it's like, well, I'm good at all this stuff and this is all my purpose, but now what am I gonna do? And I think that's how I felt a little bit, is like, I have this channeling work, these soul readings that have really shown me the power of myself and the power of surrendering to the divine and letting the path be shown to you. That's something that's so near and dear to me, and I find that work of helping another person see that same magic, within themselves, that is my purpose. And also I've found such a joy and such a connection to Qigong, and I also want that to be my life too. And it's sort of this like I don't want to say it's like a tug of war, but like within me, I'm kind of like trying to figure out, okay, what's like, how can I dance this gracefully so that both can become me, because I don't want it to feel like 2 separate things. So but in the spring, early May, I went to the Spring Forest Qigong annual conference, and it was a 4-day conference, and I wasn't planning on going, but I actually won a ticket because I put in a testimonial, and so if you win, then like 50 people won or something, and then you could go to the conference, and all you had to do was tell your testimonial on camera for the website. So I did that. It was really great, And I don't know when that's going to go up, but I'll probably post about it when it does go up. But I told my testimonial, which is, 13 years of memories with Spring Force Qigong, and, a lot of the powerful things that happened in that space with me. And I realized, I want this to be, I want to become a Qigong master. I always have. And I think I always will until I get to that point, which is why I'm practicing every day and starting a practice group and working towards the certification. And, going through the certification doesn't mean you become a Qigong master either at the end. It just means that, the training has been done, and really only, you can be handpicked to become a Qigong master. But my channeling work is so important to me too, and it's funny how that has transitioned as well. Not transitioned, what's the word? Transformed, I should say, as well, because I've really, walked away from that word channeling, and it's not that there's anything wrong with it, because obviously I agree with it. I am doing it. But the word, for a lot of people, it's just confusing, and you have to explain, and people ask, well, who are you channeling? What are you channeling? Where it's coming from? What dimension? What are the names? And it complicates everything, and I just think the divine is so simple, and one of the greatest, teachings from Master Lin is that simple is more powerful, and I quote Master Lin a lot, by the way, because, he's been my teacher since I met him when I was 9 years old, and simple is more powerful. And I don't think that when it comes to any spiritual work, that the more you complicate it and make it sound, really amazing and intricate and make yourself sound more powerful, I think that's just getting in your ego, because my experience is the divine is very simple, and I just want to stay away from that. My main goal with my channeling work is I want to help other people, as many people as I can in the world, to unlock that voice within them, the divine, your soul, whatever word you want to use. I use soul a lot. I use that word soul, your soul, voice, to communicate with you every single day, because I find that that's the missing piece for every single person, is that, they're open to spirituality. They're open to all of these ideas, but they want you to give them the answer. And my understanding, my knowing, is that nothing can be given to us. We have to give ourselves it. So my work, is being a facilitator for another person to receive those messages, and then they decide what they're going to do with it. They just decide if they're going to apply it in their life. They're going to decide if they're going to, go in and nurture that part of themselves every day, or if they're going to, think that only someone else can do it for them. And that's the kind of victim place that I see so much, and it's so easy to do. But that's where my passion is to help people in that process. It's not to be called a channeler. It's not to be famous. It's not to be on stage and do this like Esther Hicks. I know that now. That I don't want that. I want to work with people. I want to work with people one-on-one to transform. And, maybe I'll do some, channeling groups here and there to, if I'm inspired, but really is, I want the clients right now. I just want the clients, and that's what I've been struggling with too, and what's been coming and swirling within me is like knowing that I have so much to give and I have so much passion around everything that I do, and feeling this lull and having a balance between recognizing the lull and knowing what to do about it, and then also letting go and allowing the space to fill me up, And I think it's a balance, because you do have to take action, to manifest things into your life, but you also have to let go and allow and it's easy to just be like, well, I'm not getting anything that I want, so I'll just do nothing. I'll just watch Netflix and roam around every day, and that's not me. That is not me, and I don't want that to ever be my life. I want to do stuff. I want to make a difference, and I want to have the resources to do it. And I think I've just gotten to this place where I'm like, I'm sick of the lull. I'm just sick of the lull, and I want to be as powerful as I know that I am, and maybe this space is just giving me the opportunity to really go deeper within myself so that I can see something that I don't see, apparently. Well, that's always the answer, but I'm doing my Qigong practice. I'm getting outside. I'm hoping that, some inspiration comes the more that I ask and the more that I listen. And of course, that always happens, but I've just been spending the morning at the library and going in a million different directions, like, trying to figure out ways to, from a business standpoint, and that's just not my thing. It's not my thing at all. I'm like, well, universe, if you're gonna give me the clients, if you're gonna give me the places to be, then just be clear about it, because I don't want to be Googling all day. Okay? So that's where I am right now. I'm just like, well, there's stuff to be done. There's stuff to be done, but I have to ground myself before I can see what. Otherwise, I'm just sitting there doing a million things, and only half of them actually matter. So I guess my message is, if you're feeling scattered, like I have been, and you just don't even know where to begin at all, just realize that the more things you do doesn't necessarily mean the more productive you are. And don't I know it? So if you can just ground yourself and, find a practice that is beneficial for you, that you enjoy. Maybe it's swimming, maybe it's going to yoga class, maybe it's playing music or singing, or just driving your car like a half an hour by yourself, just in silence and thinking and reflecting. Just have something that you can count on every day, where you quiet down and you listen and you perceive your inner thoughts and your inner dialogue, and something will come. But the other thing I want to say is to get this inspiration and to find your flow again doesn't necessarily mean you all of a sudden get an answer. Sometimes it just means letting go of the resistance, actually. And that's kind of what I'm realizing more, is like, I don't have to have an answer right now of how I'm going to get the clients or how I'm going to make a living doing what I'm doing, because if I try to figure that out, I'm putting myself in crazy amount of resistance. And I have been. But if you just get out of the resistance, sometimes all it takes is one thing, to just get out of the way, listen, and find something that you really enjoy, where it takes your vibration higher, you know, so that you can at least change your low frequency that you have when you're scattered. So these vlogs are important to me because it actually forces me to like think about these things, you know, vocalize these things. I'm in my car. I got a new car. And this is nice because, well, I share it with my sister still, but it's been nice because I can cruise around and have these moments to just process. And this is part of my processing. And I just like to sit here, like, surrounded by trees and just jam to some music and think and sing some songs, and honestly, I'm this comes up a lot in the transition of fall, because it is a season where, you know, the fire energy is starting to cool down a little bit. We're starting to want to slow our bodies down a little bit more, and I'm feeling that transition, and I'm kind of like, it's a weird thing, because there's part of me that's like trying to calm down, keep my energy balanced, and also like wanting to take off at the same time. And so feel into that. What's the power of this new phase for you? What are you working towards? What are you moving towards? And put your energy into it. Put your love and attention into it. And when you do, nothing but good can come of it. Just put your love into what you want. You don't have to figure out how to get it. Just put your love into what you want. That's my message. That is my message for myself. So, oh, our little trolleys are going down the street. How cute. I love my city. I love my city. Some people are like, it's not a city, it's a town. There's no people in your town. Like, a lot of my vlogs are something like, people think that nobody lives where I live because, like, the main street is not as, well, it's not New York, but it's not deserted either. I love it. I love where I live. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you're well. This is my super long, like, what's going on / what I'm thinking about, what I'm processing, and like sort of end of summer sort of vlog. And I have a surprise for next week. I'm not telling you, so just come back next week and I will post another vlog. Okay. Bye. Have a good week.